course, and welcome to Wild Magnolia Tarot. My name is Maddie, and this is going to be your weekly reading for whenever you see this video, whenever you come across it, whenever you feel compelled to click, that's when it's right for you. From now on, all of my weeklies will be timeless, so there's that. Few disclaimers, real quick. This is a general reading and cannot possibly resonate with everyone, so please take what does resonate, leave what does not, and if none of it resonates, that's okay. This one might not be for you. You can check out one of the readings for one of your other signs, your rising sign, your moon sign, etc., or you can go check out some of the many beautiful, brilliant, talented readers on this platform who may have something more attuned to your situation this week. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, physician, therapist, counselor, financial expert, etc. I am just a girl with a passion for the tarot, and anything that I say, resembling advice, is based solely on my own opinions, my own experiences and knowledge, my interpretations of the cards, and any little bits and pieces that may occur to me intuitively throughout this reading. And you may hear me sniffling and choking a little bit throughout this reading. My sinuses are making themselves known to me today, so forgive me, but we'll go ahead and keep moving forward regardless. If this doesn't end up resonating, if you do enjoy it, please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can get notified when I upload in the future. And if you have any suggestions for readings that you would like to see, like themed readings or pick a cards or anything that you'd like to see me do on my channel, leave it in a comment. I'd love to see your suggestions and implement them in future videos. So with that out of the way, we'll go ahead and get started after I sniffle. Good Lord. Okay, so starting out with our theme cards, as usual, I went ahead and pre-selected them. Well, I mean, I selected them the same way as all cards. I shuffled until they popped out, but I do it before I start recording. That way you don't spend 20 minutes listening to me shuffle for these. So, anywho, we're starting out with the Magician in reverse. So this is definitely indicating that there's something that you want to manifest, something that you're trying to create. You're running into some obstacles, some issues, or maybe it's a confidence issue, something. There's like a pause or there is an obstacle. We'll get more information as we get more cards on the table. Next we have our archetype cards. And usually only take one, but 3 came out and they all seem to be related, so we're going to go ahead and take them all. First we have the Visionary, okay? I'm just going to read the light attributes. I'm being picky. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So, Visionary. Next we have Child Divine. Innocence, purity, and redemption. Suggests a special connection to the divine. And then the third card we have here is Child Magical. So, 2 child cards. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that everything is possible. Alright, so one of my ears just started ringing really loud. Kind of like when you just go deaf in one ear and it's just that loud ringing. Which tells me that something that I said is important there. Something that you need to think about, something that, so note that my ear went crazy when I was reading the child magical description. Okay, so next we have the Maiden. So the Maiden is a very youthful character as well, so we have a lot of young, innocent, childlike energy. The Maiden is like a princess, or what else? It's that young, feminine, curious, can be very sensual as well, that type of character. But there's this element of discovery, right? Childhood or youth is all about discovery and exploration. So there could be a child involved in your situation that is very important at this time, or you could be called back into that youthful childlike energy to find the answers to the issues you're looking for. My ear's going crazy again, so keep that in mind. The next card that we have is Higher Power. Okay, so there is a higher power at work in your situation right now, without question. Whatever's going on, whatever's taking place, there is some kind of higher power at work in your situation, making things happen, manipulating various factors in your life, in your situation, to put you in the right position that you need to be in to move forward. Because we have higher power and child divine, child magical, visionary. These are all very spiritual cards that we have on the table. So this could have to do with your spiritual journey specifically. The awakening process. Ooh, yes, the awakening process. 'Cause if you look at the maiden is like, when the maiden wakes up, she becomes the mother, and then the mother comes into the power and then becomes the crone. That's kind of how it works in that deck. So this is like the beginning of some sort of growth of consciousness or shift in consciousness, some kind of, like you're on the edge of attaining some sort of spiritual knowing. So keep that in mind as well. And then the next theme card we have is water, and above that it says creation. This goes hand in hand with the Magician card. So something for you to create, something to be created here by you. Now, it could be something that you're already working on creating at this time, or it could be something that you are being called to create now or in the very near future. Drink a sip of water so I don't lose my voice. Next, I'm going to pull some astrology cards. Let's see what energies may be at play in this situation right now that could be affecting you. It could be affecting your situation in general. It could be influencing others around you. These are going to be outside energies at work here. So we have trine, okay, flow, harmonizes, aids, enriches, benefits, energizes, etc. Whew, I'm making a mess already. So whatever is going on, and this is specifically going to be things that you feel or, you know, that are out of your control. These things are happening to help you. These things are happening to kind of push you down the right path. Spirit is definitely setting you up. Okay, so then we have Mars. Action. It says desire, impulses, courage, force, heat, strength, competition, excitement. Anger is also part of that, but also leadership, potency, willpower, etc. So when we have trine and Mars together, I really feel like, and Mars, that could be like referring to a sun sign that you may be dealing with, but I think that this has more to do with the fact that Spirit is trying to tell you that whatever's happening in your life right now, even if it seems difficult or it seems like it's completely out of your control, and it might be, this is putting you in the right position so that you can take the appropriate action. Whatever it is that, whatever action you need to take to make this situation right for you in order to get you back on the right path, that's what Spirit is up to right now in your life. Behind the scenes, in the shadows, setting you up for success. That's what's going on here. I decided to pull one more. I mean, I didn't really decide to, but then it happened anyway. So we have Aries, the radical, active, self-starting, daring, fierce, assertive. Okay, this is very similar to that Mars energy. We also have innocent, which is a word that I would associate with the child, even the visionary, the maiden. Innocence is an element of that as well, which is reminiscent of a new beginning, or innocent energy, which could be, being motivated by curiosity or wonder, or pure, positive, innocent intentions. Yes. Okay. So, I dropped one. One more did come out. Okay. Pluto, transformation. So major transformation taking place for you guys right now. Renewal, inner resources, basic instinct, motivation, personal power, evolution. This transformation is putting you in a more active position in your own life. Okay. You're really being pushed to be a go-getter, okay? One aspect of that innocence or that childlike energy that we have on the table right now is that oftentimes children or people of that more youthful, exuberant mentality are not stopped, are not held back by fears and worries and doubts like adults are, okay? Life experience can often just cause us to be a lot more careful, but also a lot more fearsome, worrisome, And also, you know, when it comes to adults as opposed to children, like, we do have a lot more to lose, a lot more that we've built up over time. And so it's like there's this next step that you have to make, and you're being called not to necessarily be in that mindset of worrying about the negative possibilities of not, you know, I get Fool energy a lot here. I wouldn't be surprised if the Fool card came out when I start pulling tarot cards, which I'm actually gonna do right now. But you're really being called to focus on the positive and let Spirit do its work. And then you follow the guidance that you're receiving from Spirit at this time. Because with the Magician in reverse, there is still something that you need to manifest. And I think that it's probably fear and worry, the what ifs that are getting in your way, that are stopping you from manifesting whatever it is that you want. And so Spirit is trying to kind of force you into it in any way that it can, kind of bring you back into that that childlike mentality. And that's not a bad thing. It's a very good thing. Because while a childlike mentality can be very immature, it can also be very freeing. Okay. A child does not carry around the weight of experiences like an adult does, and which is that obstacle, which is what holds you back. So keep that in mind as we start pulling more cards, getting them out on the table. I'm going to pull some tarot cards now, and I just shuffle till something jumps out. So if you ever get tired of me shuffling, you can just skip forward until you see another card on the table, but don't do that now because I already have one. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this can be about work or something in your material life. Three of Pentacles is usually about teamwork. Okay, working together to bring something into being. If you look, you see all the woodland animals. Well, actually, it's just wolves and elk. But they all have a specific purpose that they serve in the woods or in their ecosystem, in their habitat. Each one has some sort of... Did I already say this? I just lost my brain for a second. Everyone has their job. Everyone has their purpose, their function, something that they do to contribute to further the process along. And so this could very well be about, you know, who your team is, who's on your team, and whether or not they're working with you, or whether or not everybody is working well together. Now, the Three of Pentacles came out upright, so I have a feeling that there's an element here of you trusting your team as well. This could also have something to do with kind of like your tribe coming together at this time to get something done. Let's see what else we've got. Next, we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords usually is referring to a decision that needs to be made, okay? It can indicate a crossroads for sure, like you take one direction or the other. Or it could be that you're waiting to make a decision until you have more information. There's another element of the Two of Swords where sometimes we hold on to perspectives and mindsets that hold us back. And so, like, if each sword is a perspective or a belief that we hold, one sword in each hand leaves no room for new perspectives. It leaves no room for new ideas. And so you may be called to lay down your swords, or to release or step away from an old perspective or an old idea, an old way of thinking, in order for something better to replace it. So let's see what else we've got, because I will be clarifying that in a minute. I'll clarify each three. Let's see. Okay, so we have two cards that just came out together. Excuse my throat. It is out of control. First, we have the Tower, okay? So, the Tower, it's a shakeup. It can be seen as something that's negative. Something that to be afraid of. But hang in there, because let's go back to what I said earlier, right? That this higher power, spirit, God, angels, spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, your ancestors, okay? They are at work setting the stage for you to make some very important changes in your life that allow you to manifest something necessary. This is related to your spiritual journey. This is related to your soul purpose. This is related to what it is that you're supposed to do in this lifetime on this planet right now, okay? And for one reason or another, probably the monkey mind. Okay, this you've trapped yourself in a mindset, and you are allowing certain fears and worries and anxieties to cloud your judgment. And so you're not doing the things that you need to be doing that are best for you. You're not doing, it's not that you're like lazy or that you're not trying. It's simply that you can't gain the focus that you need because of the way your environment and the situation that you may be in at this time, your mindset, you're having a really hard time getting back on track. And so spirit is coming in to get you back on track. And so this tower moment, this is something that, this is an event, or I don't know, it's something. And it's something that destroys old structures in your life that no longer serve you, that need to change. These structures could be internal, okay? Structures like belief systems, old perspectives. It could also be external structures, your environment, certain relationships, etc. Something that falls apart, something that is destroyed in order to be rebuilt. And so the tower is not forever. The tower is one moment in time. And it resets the board. If you'd like to play games, it resets the board so that everyone's starting from go again, and you can take the experiences, everything that you've learned up until that point, to rebuild something that is better for you. Okay, so the other card that came out with the tower is the Six of Swords in reverse. Six of Swords in reverse can indicate that you feel trapped, but it's also if you look at this sea turtle on the card, the sea turtles, they travel in the ocean currents. Okay, they're in the flow. So we have this in reverse. It's like you're out of the flow. You're out of your flow. And so this tower comes in for that reason, to get you back in your flow, but also so that flow can take you away to somewhere better with more opportunities. And that somewhere better could be internal. It could just be like a better perspective, a healthier mindset. The Six of Swords can sometimes be about escaping a bad situation as well. So this tower, like if you consider that the bad situation that you're trapped in, and then it crumbles, it falls apart, and then you're able to leave and go elsewhere towards better things. If that makes sense. Because up until this point, without that tower, you would still be stuck in a mindset, stuck in an environment, stuck in a situation, whatever it may be. So now I'm going to go back, starting with that Three of Pentacles. I'm going to clarify each tarot card, and then we'll move on. I dropped it. Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles to clarify the Three of Pentacles. Those are in direct succession. That is important. Okay, so we have a 3 and then we have a 4. When I see cards come out in succession like that, I see progress, forward movement, growth. That's the word, growth. Okay, Four of Pentacles is going to be about the nest egg. It's going to be about saving money, saving resources. The Four of Pentacles is a conservative attitude. It is making sure that you have everything you need. It's about ensuring a strong material or financial foundation for yourself, as well as, so that foundation serves two purposes. It creates security and stability, but it also allows you to build upon it something better. With a strong foundation comes a stronger structure that you build on top of it, logically speaking. So this is somewhat about your work or your trade, something that I'm going to guess that a lot of you are creatives. You may work for yourself, you may be self-employed, or you may just be in a line of work that is very creative. Like you create, you make something out of nothing. That is what you do. That is the essence of your function in the material world. And you are being called to create something new. And there's this importance when it comes to your foundation, your material foundation, or the foundation of your business, the foundation of your work. it is important to work with others. Other people are going to be paramount to your growth, your progress, or at the very least to securing the strength of your foundation. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. We'll get more information as we move forward. Now I'm going to clarify the Two of Swords. Let's see what that's about. Okay, so to clarify the Two of Swords, we have the Six of Wands. This is very positive energy right here. Six of Wands being triumph, victory. The Six of Wands is a win. Okay, it's first place. A+. It's success. Okay, so how does that clarify the Two of Swords, you might ask? I don't know just yet. I'm going to pull another card to clarify that as well. I want to pull a card for the relationship between that Six of Wands and that Two of Swords, because right off the bat, it's telling me that the decision that you make is going to lead to a success of some kind. Okay. It may also be indicating that if there was a decision and you were waiting to make that decision for more information, that was the right thing to do. So this is confirmation that you did good there. You done good. You're all right. And you know what? Because this is such a spiritual reading with the child, magical, the visionary, the higher power, your intuition is going to play a big part in this. Listening to your heart, listening to your intuition, when it comes to making this decision eventually, whenever you come across that decision, your intuition will lead you in the right direction, because Spirit is speaking to you through your intuition to guide you. So follow that guidance. Don't overthink it. That's a big one too, especially with all the youthful energy. Youthful energy is very impulsive, okay, but also very intuitive. Think about how children are often very psychic as well. They just have that direct line into spirit that we kind of lose as adults when we start living fully in our mind, in our thoughts. So that's something to keep in mind too, in the back of your head as we move through this reading. I dropped it. So to connect the Six of Wands and the Two of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So that's actually about waiting for the right opportunity to come along that is going to bring you that win. It's going to bring you that success. So if you're in a waiting period, then know that that's the right thing to do, that there is going to be a brand new financial opportunity. It's going to come along and it's going to be very successful and positive for you. And so that could explain the Magician in reverse too, because there are lots of ways where the Magician in reverse could be what's the word I'm looking for? Interpreted? Anyway, but it could just be in action. The Magician may be in reverse because there's no magic being done right now, and that's because you're in a holding pattern. You're waiting for this opportunity. You're waiting because you're building your foundation. You're crossing your T's and you're dotting your I's, and you're making sure that the details are taken care of to a certain extent. And then once you receive that opportunity, or when you feel the inspiration strike, move on that. Okay, take advantage of that. That is going to be, when you feel that inspiration, okay, when that idea pops into your head out of nowhere, that's spirit guiding you, and you can move on that, move forward on that. But it's okay to wait until you feel that, or until a new financial opportunity comes in for you guys, because it will be. If it hasn't already, that is. Let's see what else. So now we're going to clarify the Tower and the Six of Swords. And we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, this is going to be news coming into you. So this Tower moment may come about because of some type of news that you receive. I'm going to clarify that as well, because I don't want people sitting around worrying about, okay, well, chill. I know I haven't even told you what it was yet, but so we have Death in reverse. And this is directly related to the Pluto card transformations. Death is a major change. That death is in reverse because there could be some resistance on your part to allowing this change to take place. I find it very interesting that Six of Swords is in reverse, as well as the Death card, and those cards are very similar as well. Six of Swords being about moving in a new direction towards a new way of thinking, a new perspective. Death is very similar to that, except it's just a lot bigger and a lot more permanent. And it is a major event in your life, that death moment. So I guess I'll pull one more card since it's in reverse. Something about that Death card being in reverse just wants one more card. Okay, and we have Eight of Swords in reverse. So the Eight of Swords in reverse is, we have a lot of swords here, but Six of Swords being about escaping a bad situation. Eight of Swords, this is when you've trapped yourself in a certain mindset or a certain perspective, or you feel trapped in a situation, but you can get yourself out of it. Because that Eight of Swords is in reverse, though, then I see this Tower moment, okay, this news that's coming in, this change that it's creating, this is going to free you from a bad situation, free you from a bad mindset, free you from whatever limits you, whatever is holding you back. Freedom is the key word there, okay? There's going to be a lot of movement, and there is definitely a requirement here, absolutely 100% necessary, that you have faith in the process, and that you not try to force anything, that you not try to rush anything, that I don't even want you trying to make up your mind about anything at this point. The only thing that you really need to be worrying about or focusing on is going to be this right here, the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. Okay? Making sure that, you have a good, healthy, productive work group, whoever you work with, whoever you create with. Focusing on who you work with and focusing on building your financial material foundation, building your business, okay? Whatever it is that you do. Because this new opportunity is going to come in. Again, I know I've already gone over this, but I'm just going to go over it one more time because I just want to relate everything real quick. So when this Tower moment occurs, when this news comes in, oops, I bumped into my mic. I hope that wasn't loud. When this news comes in and this major change takes place, it's going to free you. And it may be painful, it may be difficult, it depends on the situation. It does not always have to be terrible. Okay, the Tower moment does not always have to hurt. Sometimes it only helps. But there is another thing, and there's this reader, I wish I remembered her name. She's written lots of books. She's very popular. But she describes the reverse cards. Sometimes she reads them as indicating what's going on internally, okay, spiritually or mentally or emotionally. And I really feel like that is how these cards are supposed to be read here. The Six of Swords, this is internal. This is being trapped mentally and emotionally. This Eight of Swords in reverse, this is some sort of mental and emotional freedom. It's like something that you learn that finally allows you to free yourself from a restricting mindset, a restrictive belief system, okay? This Death in reverse, this is a change that is occurring internally. Okay, it may reflect in the external. You may see changes occurring in your environment, in your relationships, and even in your work as a result of these internal changes. But really, this is about getting past some kind of block, some kind of obstacle that is within you. Okay, it is not outside of you. It is within you, and it is connected to your perspective, the way you think, the way you see the world. It's probably going to be tied, going back to that child energy, it's probably going to be tied to something that you learned or something that you were programmed with in childhood, which makes it even more complicated. It makes it even more difficult. But there's a major breakthrough occurring internally for you. And then while all of this is going on, you're dealing with this, you're getting used to this, and then this opportunity comes along, and it is going to be perfectly fine to shift your focus, to allow this to occur, allow these changes to occur, this death, whatever. Respect it for what it is, but don't overthink it. Be in that energy as long as you need to be. However, when this opportunity comes along, shift your focus. Throw yourself into that opportunity. There's something really big that's going to come out of that. That's going to be created. I'm just going to gain my breath back. Good Lord. So I'm going to pull some cards for any extra clarification of those, and then I'll pull some cards for any additional insight or advice from Spirit that could be helpful to you guys right now. So, okay, so we have Book of Spells. Creation. This is about creating something. This is not a secret. Water. Creation. Okay? Magician. Creation. There's a lot of creation going on right here. That's what everything that's going on in your life right now is leading up to, is you creating something big, something very important. And it is going to translate to some degree financially as well. So I do think that this might have to do with, like, for some of you guys, it's definitely about starting your own business or growing your business if you've already started a business. Working for yourself. All right, we have the Dungeon. Imprisonment. This is what I was talking about over here with the 6 and the 8 of Swords in reverse. This mindset, this perspective that imprisons you. This is what's falling away. This is what's being destroyed. This and then it frees you, obviously. I'll pull one more card from this deck and then we'll move on. All right, we have the Skeleton Key, doors opening. Doors opening for you guys. This is directly related to that Ace of Pentacles, 100%. When one door closes, a handful of doors open. I don't know how many doors open, but doors are opening, okay? And you are going to have options to move in a new direction. And you're going to be ready because of this internal change that is going to occur within you. And it's going to be very rejuvenating. And I say that because of the Maiden and all of this childlike energy. It's going to bring you back to, like, you're going to feel fresher and more alive. And I don't know, it's very magical, okay? And I know we got child magical here, but truly, like, that magical childhood mindset, if you can think back and remember to what that was like, to be a kid and to have no real worries, and to just be excited for what each day brings and be excited about what there is out there to discover, like, that is the energy that Spirit is trying to bring you back into. I'm going to pull a card from the Elki Oracle. The She-Who Oracle. If you've never seen these cards, you'll understand in a minute. This is going to describe you at this point. Okay, Pearl. She who rises up. Empower, uplift, elevate. Alright? That is what this entire situation is going to allow for you. So even if things are very difficult for you right now, even if the future seems uncertain and scary, even if you are uncomfortable or unhappy in your current state of being, know that things are about to change in a way that is very positive for you, bringing you back into that youthful, excitable energy that allows you to grow. Okay? She who rises up. Keep that in mind, because that is you. Pearl. She who rises up. Okay. So these last few cards that I'm going to pull are just going to be for any extra insight or advice from Spirit before we wrap up today's reading. Do we have anything else for Taurus? Pretty please. Okay, this came out for Aries as well, so this may be a larger energy at play for everyone. But this, gemstones, okay? So this has a lot to do with growth and patience. Growth that's happening deep inside of the self. As these gemstones, crystals, they grow deep down within the earth over long periods of time under great amounts of pressure. Okay, so there's something developing within you right now, even with everything that's going on, everything that's happening in your life, is providing the necessary ingredients to grow that special, beautiful thing within yourself that is developing at this time. And it's just all about being patient and living in the process, okay, and having faith in the process that something wonderful is going to grow out of this. This energy that you're in right now is creating something very special and very important. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, so from the next deck, we've got 2 cards that came out together, and I'm going to show you exactly how they came out. Blocked. Okay, came out crossing productivity. So pretty straightforward. You feel like your productivity has been blocked. That makes sense with that Magician card in reverse as well. Just be in this moment, be in this energy. It won't last forever. And you're about to come out of that blocked, stagnant energy very soon. So just, actually you might take advantage of that energy and just kind of rest. Okay, if you feel like you can't be productive, you're not getting shit done, take a nap, because things are about to turn. You're about to come into, I think, a period of very high productivity and creation. So you're going to need your energy. You're going to need your energy reserves. So focus. If you are not able to get any work done and you feel stuck in a block, like a creative block especially, take the opportunity to rest and take care of your body, so that when you make it through that blockage and you come into that time of high productivity, you have the energy reserves to get the work done, basically. All right, one more card. Well, 2 more cards, because 2 came out. Last little bits of advice from Spirit. Okay, we have Ammonite. And it says, protection is offered, stability assured. Actually, we're going to do it like this. I was blocking the microphone. All right, so we have Ammonite. Protection is offered, stability assured. And then we have Dragonfly. Flexibility of thought, maturity, and balance. This is going to be about expanding that mindset again. Okay. And I actually, I pulled some cards for Aries that I forgot to pull for you guys, so I'm going to do that real quick. I know we've been here all day. Just a couple. Okay, so we have Void, all right? This could be referring to, a specific part of the spiritual process called the Void, where you're coming into a point in your life where you're not seeing a lot of movement. You feel like a lot of doors are closed to you right now. You feel stuck. And this is time again for rest and recuperation, taking care of your body, living in the now, living in the material for a little while, focusing on earthly things, and mostly just focusing on recuperation and rest. Which actually reminds me that could be the reason your productivity may be blocked. It could be because Spirit wants you to rest and recuperate. And so your productivity may be blocked until you take care of yourself, until you take part in a little bit of more self-care, if that makes sense. Okay, we'll get one more from this deck, and then we'll get one from the next, and then I will cut you loose. Okay, so then we have Abundance. All right, very positive, very exciting. That is exactly what is coming into your future. That is what all of this that is happening now, this is happening to bring you to that place of abundance. Abundance, the mindset, abundance, the attitude, abundance, energy, and material abundance as well. Okay, and then we have two cards from the next deck, the last deck, 2 last cards. And guys, you can't make it up. They came out together. Guide and Sleep. Okay, it's hard to see with my lighting. but guide and sleep. You are being guided to sleep, guided to rest, guided to recuperate, rejuvenate, rebuild your energy supply, okay? If you feel stuck, you're stuck for a reason. Take advantage of it. Get some rest. Take care of yourself. The end. Period. Because when the ball gets rolling again, it's going to get rolling. And it's going to roll fast. Kind of like downhill. But not downhill in a bad way. Just downhill in a picking up a lot of momentum really quickly kind of way. Where you're going to need to be ready to rock and roll. So, if I had to part with any advice, I would say relax, breathe, rest, take care of yourself, and think positive. Because the changes that are coming in your life very soon are going to be very positive. Potentially a little bit intimidating, but very freeing, okay? Freedom is close. It's within your reach. You just have to be ready for it. And Spirit is working really hard to make that happen for you in your life right now. So, with all that, I will go ahead and let you guys go. That's really all I got. If you enjoyed it, if it resonated, and you want to see more, like this video, subscribe to my channel so you can get notified when I upload videos in the future. And until next time, take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one.